I went to practice. This is all dry now, so I want to finish this up. So I've had time to look at it. You know, I still got to put clouds up there. I want to add more trees in here, more bushes and stuff. I also want to try and lighten up these back mountains to make them look even further back. And so that's what's going on. I want to try and finish this up for you. And I couldn't get it done on the first one, so I'm going to try and lighten up these mountains. I got a little white on my brush. It's kind of wet, the brush, but I want to see what this does. I want those mountains to look really distant. Now this is dry. The trees are dry, so if you could glaze over it now like this, okay, you don't have to worry about losing your tree, and then you can just wipe off. Uh, you can just wipe off if you don't like the color. Okay. Just want to see if I can lighten up the mountain back there. I think it'll look better. It'll make it look further back. I know that. Maybe put a little more mist down in here. Lighten up this one a bit. We'll see if that works. I think they look better already. So what I want to do here, I'm going to add, since this is dry already, I had to remake all my green again with, I just had to make a whole new palette. Cobalt blue with a little yellow, a little more yellow, and a lot of yellow in this green. So what I want to do with this, the middle green, I want to put uh, another hill in here. Maybe coming about midway here. So I'm going to darken some of this grass down in here. Just like that. And then I want to throw in some bushes down there. Let me lighten that up a bit. I'm going to take some dark color and I want to put some kind of foliage in there at the bottom or at the top of that hill. Just like that. So there's something out in the distance there. And then I'm going to add a few trees out there. Let's see. They're about midway out, so put a few trees out here. I've got a really, really small fan brush. I think this is the number 2. The one I was using before is the number 4. Put some evergreen trees out here midway. Let's see. Get one more in here. There we go. So now we got like another hill out there. Let me fix this color. I don't like that. It's too white there. Darken it up a bit. There we go. Alright, got my scene back. That's looking pretty good. So the other thing now, what I want to do is find my knife. There it is. So what I was doing, when I was looking at this, I noticed I wanted to put the water straight across here, if you saw my first video. But now I see it, I want to put the water going all the way back here. So I'm gonna, I had to make some more blue because everything pretty much dried up. So I'm going to actually bring the water to the bottom of these trees. So I'm going to kind of put a little blue in there right now so you can see it. And then I'm going to edge it with some titanium white. So this lake's going to go all the way back. Isn't that cool? And then what I'll do is come in here and edge the bottom. I'm going to let it dry first though before I put the white in there. I'm going to make some clouds first. Make some like grayish white clouds. And actually kind of paint them in. I didn't want them like totally white. So I'm adding a little gray to them. cool clouds. I'm going to add a little gray to the bottoms now. Add some shadows in here. Alright, just some simple clouds. I might do something else with it. Let me edge the water now. I'm actually going to use some of the gray color to edge my water back here. So it doesn't look like totally white. So there we got a little lake back there. Looks pretty good. I like that. Wow. It's pretty amazing what you can I had a little time to look at it, so I'm going to run some water down from here. Coming into the lake. There we go. Water coming from way up there, coming down. That's the snow melt into the lake. Pretty good. I'm liking this. I'm going to try and put a shadow now on the back side of these trees. So I hope I made the same color green. I tried to. So I'm going to put a little gray in that green. Hopefully it's dark enough. I'm going to put a shadow back here. Like that. Looks pretty good. Let's see how this works. Maybe out here too. A little darker there. So I got my my trusty stencil brush out. I'm going to try and put the bush tops back in here, coming down this hill. Let that dry, and then I'll highlight them. Do. It's kind of hard. I want to work this ground here, but it's all dried. I'd have to. I guess I can put some fresh. Yeah, I can put some fresh paint over it. Let's do that. Then I can maybe work the ground a bit. There we go. Now I can kind of see the bushes a little better. I think I'm going to highlight those with I did the other side with yellow ochre. I'm going to try a light green. Alright. Just a light green. Light's coming from the left. So what I'm going to do is highlight these on the top left side very lightly. Okay. So it keeps some of the color, the darker color, in there as well. I'm barely touching it. Okay. Just like that. This side I highlighted with the fan brush, but this works good for highlighting. Like if you're going to do a regular tree, this kind of brush is perfect. I'll go ahead and what I'm going to do is get a little white on this brush and try and fix these bushes up a little by stamping in a little bit of color on the right side, some white. Alright, now it's time to, I'm going to put some bushes down here in this section now. I'm going to mix my, some black in my dark green. Just a little. When you put black in a color, it's like you're putting shade. You're putting shade into the color. So I'm going to use this stencil brush and put some bushes down here. Both sides. Just like that with a fan brush. I'm going to pull some of the color out. That's the bottom. Grab a little bit of, just a hint of white. Just a little white. While it's wet. Since this paint's already dried pretty much, I'm gonna run some dark brown back on top of it so I can work it. I'm going to add some more brown in here so it's wet. Same thing over here. A little bit of yellow ochre. Give it some different color. Looking good. It's time for a big tree now. Actually, I'm going to run my pathway now. I'm going to run a pathway from, so it looks like you can go down to the water from here. I'm going to have it jump on this hill, up on this hill, through here, up onto here, and maybe through these bushes and out. Let's see how it turns out. I'm going to do it with white so it just shows up better. Might have to darken it up. We'll see. I'm just putting it in there with white so I can get a visual of it. Pop it right through here. And right out the side there. Look at that. I might glaze it with, when it dries, I'll glaze it with like some of the color, maybe green and brown back there. It looks pretty cool. Just represents like a walkway pathway. I could have made this smaller back there, but and bigger up here. Let me highlight these bushes in the front now. I'm going to try this. I got yellow, okay? I put some white in this yellow, and it's like, it's really, really light, okay? And I'm going to see what it looks like on these bushes here. Gonna have to do. Doesn't look too bad. It's adding some color to it. Alright guys, there's really not much, there is some more I could do to it, but let me see if I can add one more tree into the scene without overdoing it. I gotta darken up some more green here for the trees. I want to use an oil fan brush, but I don't want it to look too much different from what's out there already, so put a tree there. Let me highlight it. I highlight it with light green. Have to lighten it up a little more, I think, because it's hitting the same color on those bushes, and I don't like it. So just add a little white in there to soak in there and turn a lighter green. A little better. I'll just go ahead and I'm going to highlight the whole tree. It's time for a new fan brush. That's for sure. All right, guys. I think that's all I'm going to do. Let me didn't really need that tree there, so it's your preference if you like this layout. You can minus that tree I just put in. But I kind of like the layout. A few twigs. You know, on these bushes down here, even though I messed that tree up, you can take a little white on a liner brush, and in these bushes, pull up some white twigs underneath these bushes, and it'll look like branches underneath, okay? Just a little, just a few of them to make it look like there's branches coming up. What else can I do here? I like the water. I like it pretty much. I just, I didn't need to put that tree there. Or should have been darker, I think. But let me try and darken it up. So what I'll do, let me get the oil fan brush. The one I wanted to try. It's stout. It's really stout, you know. And let me darken up some green here. We'll fix that tree. I'll show you what I was envisioning. Alright, I got my paint ready. I'm going to load my, now this is an oil fan brush. It stays a little stout for you. So what I'm going to basically do is redo this tree. I'm going to try and make it a little straighter here. Okay. We're going to go right over the old tree because I don't like the way it came out, and we'll make this tree a little fatter because I'm going to have to cover up the old one now. Put more branches on it. little darker. There we go. Much better. Now this time I'm going to just put a little gray into that green. Just a grayish color, kind of like how I did these over here. And just work it on the one side here. I should wait till it dries, but we don't have time for that. Just highlight it in some spots there. Just like that. Alright, that looks a little better. It's kind of dark, but it looks better than that other tree. That's for sure. Alright guys, that's about where I'm going to finish it. Still took 40 minutes to do all that, but I kind of like the water way back there. I'm still going to put twigs in there, and that's about it. I think I might fix the clouds up a bit. The mountains look further back now back there that I lightened it up, so hopefully you got something out of that. At least it's got a cool design, so yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.